Good morning, class 10. Today we will start a new chapter in Supplementary Reader, A Triumph of Surgery. This chapter we have already done in the month of April, and if you remember, this chapter revolves around a dog, Tricky. The mistress of Tricky, Mrs. Pumphrey, was a lady who used to love Tricky like her own child. She had deep affection, deep love for Tricky, and she could not tolerate that Tricky could become ill. Tricky fell ill, he was unwell for some days, then he was taken to the hospital by a doctor where he was kept under observation so that Tricky could be well again. The time when Tricky was in the hospital, those days Mrs. Pumphrey used to miss Tricky a lot. She used to send many things which Tricky could eat in the hospital, and when she came to know after a few days that Tricky was well again now, she was overwhelmed. She went to the hospital to bring back Tricky home. And when Tricky saw his mistress, even he was very happy. He showed his happiness in his own ways, and both Mrs. Pumphrey and Tricky met each other in the end, and the story ended happily. So let us start the chapter once again and let us revise everything in this chapter, A Triumph of Surgery. Why is Mrs. Pumphrey worried about Tricky? What does she do to help him? Is she wise in this? Who does I refer to in this story? I was really worried about Tricky this time. Who is I? If you remember, here I is the doctor. I was really worried about Tricky this time. I had pulled up my car when pulled up means I had stopped my car when I saw him in the street with his mistress, and I was shocked at his appearance. He had become hugely fat, like a bloated sausage with a leg at each corner. So what was the problem with Tricky? Tricky had become extremely overweight. Tricky was very fat. Why was he overweight? Why was he fat? Because out of love, Mrs. Pumphrey was overfeeding Tricky. She did not realize that her love, which is pouring out by feeding Tricky too much, is going to create a problem for Tricky in the long run. So this was the problem, that he had become so fat that it was even not possible for him to walk properly. He was very, very fat. His eyes bloodshot and rheumy. Bloodshot and rheumy means watery eyes, red eyes and watery eyes. Stared straight ahead, and his tongue lolled from his jaws. Lolled from his jaws. That means lazily. It appeared as if lazily he was taking out his tongue from his mouth, and his eyes were red in color. They were watery also, and his whole body was an example of overfeeding. By seeing Tricky, one could easily imagine that he was not at all healthy. He was being overfed. That is why he was now a lazy dog, a dog who hardly did any physical activity. Mrs. Pumphrey hastened to explain. That means hurriedly she started explaining why Tricky is looking like that. Mrs. Pumphrey hastened to explain. He was so listless, Mr. Harriet. He was so listless means he lacked enthusiasm, he lacked energy. He seemed to have no energy. I thought he must be suffering from malnutrition. So I have been giving him some little extras between meals to build him up. Some malt and cod liver oil and a bowl of Horlicks at night to make him sleep. Nothing much really. Now this was the mistake which Mrs. Pumphrey was making. She was thinking that Tricky was suffering from malnutrition. That means his body lacked proper nutrients. He needed more nutritious diet. That is why, in order to take care of Tricky, in order to provide him with more nutritious diet, she was giving Tricky some more malt, some cod liver oil. All these things are considered to be very healthy and very nutritious, and some Horlicks at night so that he could sleep well. And according to Mrs. Pumphrey, she was not giving much to Tricky. In between the meals, she was giving all these things. But actually, this was the problem. Overfeeding was the problem. And did you cut down on the sweet things as I told you? Now the doctor is asking Mrs. Mrs. Pumphrey, that I had told you earlier that sweet things are going to be very unhealthy for Tricky. Did you cut down on sweet things or not? Are you still giving Tricky sweet things, or have you stopped giving? Oh, I did for a bit, but he seemed to be so weak, I had to relent. So she says that I have been giving a little bit of sweet things, but it seems that he does not want to eat. He has become so unwilling to eat. And I did for a bit, but it seemed to be so weak, I had to relent. He does love cream cakes and chocolates, so I can't bear to refuse him. Now look at the love of Mrs. Pumphrey. She says that Tricky loves cream cakes, he loves to eat chocolates, so I have to give. I can't refuse to give these things which he loves to eat. I look down again at the little dog. Now after listening to all these things, the doctor again looks at the dog. I looked down again at the little dog. That was the trouble. What was the trouble? Overfeeding. Giving those things which were harmful for Tricky. All those things which Mrs. Pumphrey was giving out of her love and affection for her dog were actually not good for Tricky at this time. I looked down again at the little dog. That was the trouble. Tricky's only fault was greed. Because he was being given so much to eat, so his greed for food was never ending. He was always ready to eat something or the other. He had never been known to refuse food. As I just told you, that he was being fed with so much of food that his love for food, his greed for food kept on increasing. He had not been taught to refuse food if his stomach was full. He would tackle a meal at any hour of the day or night. That means his greed was for food was such that he was ready to eat anything whenever he was given something to eat, whether it was day or night. And I wondered about all the things Mrs. Pumphrey hadn't mentioned. The doctor is saying that these are some of the things which Mrs. Pumphrey is mentioning, that she gives malt, she gives Horlicks, she gives cream cakes, etc., etc. Besides these things, there are so many things which Mrs. Pumphrey has not yet listed. She has not yet mentioned. So we can well imagine how much is this lady overfeeding the pet animal Tricky. Are you giving him plenty of exercise? Well, he has his little walks with me, as you can see. But Hawkin, the gardener, has been down with lumbago. Lumbago is pain in the back part of the body. Pain in the muscles and joints of the lower back. This is called lumbago. Pain in the muscles and joints of the lower back. So Mrs. Pumphrey is saying that he just comes out for walking. For some time he comes for little walks with me, as you can see, because the gardener, who is actually in charge of giving exercises to Tricky, is down with lumbago. He is unwell, and that is why we are not able to give him that vigorous exercise, but only a little bit of walk here and there. I try to sound severe. Now I really mean this. If you don't cut his food right down and give him more exercise, he is going to be really ill. Now, after listening to all this, what Mrs. Pumphrey told about the exercise, what Mrs. Pumphrey told about eating habits. When the doctor heard of all these things, now he says that I have to become serious. I am talking very seriously now. And he very strictly and seriously advised Mrs. Pumphrey that if you will not cut down the food which you are giving to the dog, he is going to become really ill. You must harden your heart and keep him on a very strict diet. That means whether you like it or not, you have to show some strictness. You have to harden your heart. You have to be strict at heart, and you have to stop giving him extra things which he is eating. You have to check his eating habits. Mrs. Pumphrey wrung her hands. Mrs. Pumphrey wrung her hands. That means held her hands together, showing that she was worried. She was worried to listen to the doctor. She was worried when she saw the condition of her beloved dog. Mrs. Pumphrey wrung her hands. Oh, I will, Mr. Harriet, she told the doctor. I will do it. I will stop giving extra things to Tricky to eat. I will check his eating habits. Mrs. Pumphrey wrung her hands. Oh, I will, Mr. Harriet. I am sure you are right. But it is so difficult, so very difficult. She set off, head down along the road, as if determined to put the new regime into practice immediately. Now, although she was saying that it is not so easy, it is very difficult to be strict in giving food to Tricky, especially those things which Tricky loved to eat. But she agrees with the doctor and she says that yes, I agree, you are right, and I will try my best to follow this new system of giving food. I will follow this new regime. I will put into practice this new system of giving food to Tricky which you have advised. I watched their progress with growing concern as Tricky and his mistress were walking along, went along the road. The doctor stood there and kept on watching. I watched their progress with growing concern. He was very worried as he saw Tricky going with his mistress. The doctor was very worried. Tricky was tottering along in his little tweed coat. Tottering, that means he was moving in a feeble way. He was moving feebly, weakly. His way of walking was not full of energy and enthusiasm. He was walking lazily because he had become so fat. That is why he had become lazy, and actually he was weak within. There was no energy, no enthusiasm in this dog. Tricky was tottering along in his little tweed coat. He had a whole wardrobe of these coats for the cold weather and a raincoat for the wet days. He struggled on, drooping in his harness. Drooping in his harness. That means he was moving in a lazy manner, in a weak manner on the road. He was wearing a coat which showed that he was loved a lot by Mrs. Pumphrey, how much he was taken care of. The coat which he was wearing was an indication that he belonged to a rich mistress, and his mistress used to spend a lot of money on the care of Tricky. I thought it wouldn't be long before I heard from Mrs. Pumphrey. Now, as he saw the dog and his mistress going on the road, he was very sure that very soon a time will come when Mrs. Pumphrey is going to ring up the doctor and call him once again. The expected call came within a few days, and as the doctor had expected, the call from Mrs. Pumphrey came within a few days only. Mrs. Pumphrey was distraught. That means she was upset. She was very worried. Mrs. Pumphrey was distraught. Tricky would eat nothing, refused even his favorite dishes, and besides, he had bouts of vomiting. So these things worried Mrs. Pumphrey. Tricky had stopped eating, even he was not interested in eating those things which were his favorite, and he also started vomiting at times. He spent all his time lying on a rug. Lying on a rug means on a sheet which was spread on the floor for him to sit. He spent all his time lying on a rug, panting. That means he indicated signs of breathlessness. He panted, he breathed fast, didn't want to go for walks, didn't want to do anything. So now his health was deteriorating. He was becoming ill day by day. He had stopped eating, he had stopped going for walks, he did not want to do anything at all. I had made my plans in advance. As soon as the doctor was called by Mrs. Pumphrey, he had decided what he was supposed to do to make Tricky well again. I had made my plans in advance, the only way to get Tricky out of the house for a period. So he had decided that the only remedy, the only option was to bring Tricky out of the house and to bring Tricky to his hospital for some time. Only this was the way so that Tricky could be made well again. The only way was to get Tricky out of the house for a period. I suggested that he be hospitalized for about a fortnight to be kept under observation. So when he met Mrs. Pumphrey, he told the lady that if you want Tricky to be well again, if you want Tricky to be healthy again, then you will have to hospitalize Tricky for 15 days. The poor lady almost swooned. The poor lady almost became unconscious. Why? Because she had never parted with Tricky. Tricky was too much loved by this lady, Mrs. Pumphrey, and as soon as she heard that the doctor is indicating that Tricky should be hospitalized for 15 days, she became almost unconscious. The poor lady almost swooned. She was sure he would pine and die if he did not see her every day. That means she was sure that the dog would miss the lady so much that in these 15 days time he will die. But I took a firm line. But the doctor was firm in his decision. The doctor had decided that he would take the dog away from Mrs. Pumphrey. He would hospitalize the dog for 15 days so that he could give proper treatment to the dog and keep him under observation. This was the only remedy, this was the only option the doctor had. He had to bring Tricky to his hospital so that he could keep the dog under observation. Tricky was very well and this was the only way Tricky was very ill and this was the only way to save him. As I just told you, the doctor was firm in his decision because he was sure that this was the only way he could help Tricky. He could make Tricky well again. In fact, I thought it best to take him without delay, and followed by Mrs. Pumphrey's wailings, I marched out to the car carrying the little dog wrapped in a blanket. So although he saw wailings means crying, okay, so as soon as this thought came in his mind, he immediately decided that without any delay he must carry Tricky to the hospital. And in spite of the fact that Mrs. Pumphrey was crying bitterly because the doctor was taking her dear Tricky away from her, the doctor kept on doing what he had decided and he carried the little dog wrapped in a blanket. The entire staff was roused and maids rushed in. The entire staff was roused means everybody was sleeping at that time, and Mrs. Pumphrey asked all the staff, all the servants in the house to get up, rise up, get up. Why? Because Tricky was going to the hospital for some days. The entire staff was roused and maids rushed in and out, bringing his day bed, his night bed, favorite cushions, toys and rubber rings, breakfast bowl, lunch bowl, supper bowl. Now you can see, after reading this particular line, we can well imagine how much did Mrs. Pumphrey spend on Tricky. How much did she love Tricky? How much did she spend? He had a lunch bowl separately, then a breakfast bowl separately, a supper bowl separately, toys, cushions, etc., etc. So when Tricky was being taken away by the doctor, Mrs. Pumphrey asked the servants to get up from their sleep and bring all these things which Tricky used every day and keep in the car in which Tricky was being taken away. Realizing that my car would never hold all the stuff, I started to drive away. As soon as the doctor saw that so many things will be kept in the car and the car does not have so much capacity, he decided to start driving the car. As I moved off, Mrs. Pumphrey, with a despairing cry, threw an armful of the little coats through the window. I looked in the mirror. Before I turned the corner of the drive, everybody was in tears. So, as the car started moving, as Tricky was being taken to the hospital, everybody, including Mrs. Pumphrey, started crying bitterly. Out on the road, I glanced down at the pathetic little animal gasping on the seat by my side. Now, here, as on the road, when the doctor reached the road, he looked at the pathetic animal, the animal who was in a, you can say, in a very sad state. He was looking sad, he was looking so weak, he was sitting on the seat which was just next to the seat of the doctor who was driving the car. Out on the road, I glanced down at the pathetic little animal gasping on the seat by my side. Gasping means he was breathing fast. It showed the signs of breathlessness. He was breathing fast. I patted the head and Tricky made a brave effort to wag his tail. Poor old lad. Lad means boy. He is calling, the doctor is calling the dog, poor old boy, poor old lad. I said, you haven't a kick in you, but I think I know a cure for you. You haven't a kick in you. That means you don't have any energy in you. The doctor is saying to the dog, poor little dog, poor little boy, you don't have any energy in you, but I know how to cure you. I know the remedy and I will treat you accordingly. I know how to make you well again. At the surgery, the household dogs surged round me. Surged round me means they started moving round the doctor because a newcomer had come to the surgery. Surgery was the name of the hospital. So at the surgery, as soon as the doctor reached the hospital along with Tricky, all other dogs started surrounding him. Tricky looked down at the noisy pack with dull eyes and, when put down, lay motionless on the carpet. Tricky had no energy. We have read till now that he was totally a lazy dog now. He lacked energy to move. So as he saw the noisy pack of dogs with dull eyes, when he was put down, he lay motionless without any movement on the carpet. The other dogs, after sniffing round him for a few seconds, decided he was an uninteresting object and ignored him. So Because Tricky was not showing any motion, he was not showing any movement, he lay lazily there. That is why all other dogs just smelled him and went away, because they realized that Tricky was an uninteresting object and ignored him. I made up a bed for him in a warm, loose box next to the one where the other dogs slept. For 2 days, I kept an eye on him, giving him no food but plenty of water. At the end of the second day, he started to show some interest in his surroundings, and on the third, he began to whimper when he heard the dogs in the yard. Whimper means he started making low, feeble sounds, low, weak sounds. So the treatment of Tricky had begun. What was the treatment? For 2 days, the doctor did not give Tricky anything to eat. He only gave plenty of water to drink. And gradually, Tricky started showing interest in his surroundings, and he started making low but weak sounds. Although the sounds were weak, but at least he had started reacting. He had started showing that he had some interest in his surroundings. When I opened the door, Tricky trotted out. Trotted means he came out. When I opened the door, Tricky trotted out and was immediately engulfed by Joe, the greyhound, and his friends. As soon as he came out of the door, other dogs started surrounding him. After rolling him over and thoroughly inspecting him, the dogs moved off down the garden. So first they inspected Tricky, they surrounded Tricky, and after that they went into the garden. Tricky followed them, rolling slightly with his surplus fat. Now you can see the change in his behavior. Earlier we have seen that Tricky lay motionless and still, but now he was regaining energy. He was showing some interest in the activities like other dogs, and he also followed the dogs into the garden with a little extra fat in his body. Later that day, I was present at feeding time. I watched while Tristan slopped the food into the bowls. There was the usual headlong rush, followed by the sounds of high-speed eating. Every dog knew that if he fell behind the others, he was liable to have some competition for the last part of his meal. So now, when one day the food was being given to the dogs, the doctor started observing the activities of all the dogs, including Tricky. He saw that as soon as food was served to the dogs, they started rushing and they wanted to eat their food as fast as possible. Otherwise, some other dog would come and eat their share of meal also. When they had finished, Tricky took a walk round the shining bowls, licking casually inside one or two of them. Next day, an extra bowl was put out for him, and I was pleased to see him jostling his way towards it. Jostling his way towards means pushing his way towards the food. So, what is the change which the doctor is observing? The doctor saw that Tricky was also now inspecting the bowls in which the food was served. Like other dogs, he was also now interested in eating food. And he was pleased to see him jostling his way towards it. That means as soon as the food was served, Tricky was also now interested in going and eating his food as soon as possible, as early as possible, pushing other dogs. Like other dogs used to push each other and wanted to eat their food, gulp their food as fast as possible. Similar was the behavior of Tricky also now. And the doctor was very happy to see this change in Tricky's behavior. From then on, his progress was rapid. Now, it was a very good start for Tricky. Now his recovery became rapid. From then on, his progress was rapid. He had no medicinal treatment of any kind, but all day he ran about with the dogs, joining in their friendly scrimmages. Friendly scrimmages means friendly fight. So actually, Tricky had not taken any medicine till now. Tricky was not given any medicinal treatment till now. What treatment was given to him? Initially, he was not given any food to eat when he came to the hospital. He was only given plenty of water to drink. Gradually, he started taking interest in the activities in the surgery. He started playing. He started fighting with other dogs. He was now interested in the food that was served to him. So now gradually his recovery had begun. I am reading this part again. He had no medicinal treatment of any kind, but all day he ran about with the dogs, joining in their friendly scrimmages, that means friendly fights. He discovered the joys of being bowled over, trammed the gang, and trammed on and squashed every few minutes. That means he enjoyed playing with other dogs. He enjoyed that he was being bowled over by the dogs. Then he was being trammed on. That means the other dogs used to step on him when they played with each other. They squashed each other for a few minutes, and he used to love all this now. He became an accepted member of the gang, an unlikely, silky little object among the shaggy crew, fighting like a tiger for his share at meal times and hunting rats in the old hen house at night. He had never had such a time in his life. Now see the change in the routine of Tricky. Now Tricky was like a tiger who was interested in hunting rats, a tiger who was interested in eating his share of meal, and his silky coat, that means his body, was a clear indication that he was very well kept. Like other dogs in the surgery, other dogs in the surgery were not so well kept, but the silky fur, the silky coat of Tricky was a clear indication that Mrs. Pumphrey used to take a lot of care of Tricky. All the while, Mrs. Pumphrey hovered anxiously in the background. Hovered anxiously, that means she remained silent in the background, and she kept on thinking, how is Tricky? Is he recovering or not? Is the doctor taking good care of Tricky or not? She was continuously thinking of Tricky at home. All the while, Mrs. Pumphrey hovered anxiously